Avoid taking money for granted. Set financial boundaries. Let's talk about why it's so much easier to take someone else's money for granted and spend it, or expect them to spend it on us, than our own money. What kind of boundaries can we set for ourselves to prevent us falling into this trap and driving the people we want away? Let's dig in. Money is an essential part of our lives, and the way we view and use it can have a significant impact on our financial stability and overall well-being. It is often observed that people tend to take someone else's money for granted and spend it or expect them to spend it on us rather than our own money. This behavior can have various underlying reasons, including a lack of accountability and responsibility towards our finances, a sense of entitlement, or a belief that we are not capable of managing our money. However, by setting certain boundaries, we can prevent ourselves from falling into this pattern of behavior. One reason why people tend to take someone else's money for granted is that it is not their own hard-earned money, and they do not have to put in the effort to earn it. According to a study published in the Journal of Economic Behavior and Organization, people tend to spend money more carefully when it is their own, as compared to when they have received it as a gift or inherited it. Grossman and Stutzer, 2013. This is because, in the latter case, they do not feel the same sense of ownership or responsibility towards it, and therefore, they are more likely to spend it impulsively or without much thought. Another reason why people tend to take someone else's money for granted is a sense of entitlement. This is particularly true for people who have grown up in a privileged environment where they have always had access to money and resources without having to earn them. According to a study published in the Journal of Consumer Research, people who have a higher sense of entitlement tend to feel that they deserve to have more resources than others, and they are more likely to take resources for granted. Lammers et al., 2011. This behavior can lead to a lack of accountability towards one's finances and a tendency to overspend or misuse money. Lastly, people may take someone else's money for granted because they feel that they are not capable of managing their own finances. This could be due to a lack of financial literacy or a history of poor financial decisions. According to a survey conducted by the National Financial Educators Council, only 24% of millennials demonstrated basic financial literacy skills, such as the ability to calculate interest and understand credit scores. NFEC, 2019. People who lack financial literacy may feel overwhelmed or intimidated by the responsibility of managing their own money, and therefore they may prefer to rely on others to handle their finances. To prevent ourselves from falling into the pattern of taking someone else's money for granted, we can set certain boundaries for ourselves. One such boundary is to create a budget and stick to it. By setting financial goals and creating a plan for how we will spend our money, we can become more accountable towards our finances and avoid overspending or wasting money. Additionally, we can develop a habit of saving money, which can help us build a sense of ownership and responsibility towards our finances. Another boundary we can set is to avoid comparing ourselves to others. Social media and advertising can create a sense of envy and entitlement, where we feel that we deserve to have the same lifestyle as others. However, this can lead to overspending and taking someone else's money for granted. By focusing on our own financial goals and needs, we can avoid the temptation to spend beyond our means. In conclusion, taking someone else's money for granted can have various underlying reasons, including a lack of accountability and responsibility towards our finances, a sense of entitlement, or a belief that we are not capable of managing our money. However, by setting boundaries such as creating a budget, saving money, and avoiding comparisons, we can prevent ourselves from falling into this pattern of behavior.